Yeah, finna get it. Watch me, finna get it now. Finna get it, watch me run it down. Finna get it, never backing out. Finna get it, yeah, I'm up and I'm out. Used to know me when I nothing in my pockets. Now they see me and they talking, always watching. I remember when you said I wouldn't make it. Now you mad because I took it, didn't fake it. Pressing every day, yeah, I was patient. Putting all that work, no hesitation. Now I'm getting everything I'm chasing. Look at me now, yeah, I'm elevation. Finna get it now. Finna get it, watch me run it down. Finna get it, never backing out. Finna get it, yeah, I'm up and I'm out. See me pulling up, they switching how they acting. Back then, you weren't here when I was lacking. Now you want a piece of what I'm stacking. But I remember everything that happened. Keep it moving, ain't no time for all that talking. I've been running to the bag, I'm never walking. They've been sleeping, I've been up until the morning. Now I'm winning and there ain't no way I'm falling. Finna get it now. Finna get it, watch me run it down. Finna get it, never backing out. Finna get it, yeah, I'm up and I'm out. Yeah, they doubted me, they did it. Now they proud of me.
And hello, good evening everyone, good evening. This is quite an unusual setup, I would say, because I am running the show today. I am with Jaeger, and this was the other way around because the webcam is reversed. So this way around, I have Jaeger. That's a great start. GG me. And welcome to the round 6 of InfinityGSeries. I would say part 2 of round 6 because we've had yesterday. You had the pleasure or not to have me yesterday with Aweub, and today I have Jaeger with me, who arrived just in time. It wasn't sure if he would be here just in time, so I prepared some stuff, some placeholder. No, he's on time with the Trial Mountain t-shirt, but today it is Catalonia.
It is, yeah. Look at me, yeah. Totally prepared. Fat boy.
Well, I'm glad to have you right now because I was actually stressed to start all alone. So now I'm just, I can rely a bit on you, even though you're going to rely on me. So today, what do we have? That's the greatest question of the day. And this is, if I'm not mistaken, this right spot. Yes. So today we are in Circuit de Barcelona without chicane. This is actually the best version of, I would say, Barcelona that we have, even the national. And I won't count the rallycross. And we have the Honda NSX GT500 from 2008. So anyone who were here around the GT5 era, so beginnings of the 2010s, this was the Super GT cars we've had. Now we have the 2016, but this time it's the 2008. So about 500 horsepower, 1K1 kilograms. So it's quite fast, quite relying on downforce as well, which is on Barcelona going to be crucial. There is some settings I've seen yesterday, but I'm gonna remind everyone today, and especially Jaeger, because as I said, he just arrived, so he needs some information. He just went on the seat, and that's it.
Exactly. So I was also busy yesterday, couldn't watch the stream. So yeah, I need every bit of information I can get. Exactly. And also our viewers, of course. Hello, by the way.
Hello, everyone. So. About the standings. Is it the standings? It is the standings. So it is as of the end of round 5 and post penalties. We have in first place 92 Esports with 178 points, 1 point behind Azteca Racing, and then 1 point behind Vanquish Esports, and then 4 points behind, tied with Visceral, 3M Esports and Visual Sports, and way more down compared to the top 5, Kraken, but still in the gold category. Kraken stays GT with 139 points. So starting from this, we can already see there is a pack of 5. There's a pack of 5 teams already on, I don't want to say secure, but almost secure to stay in the gold part of the standings. I don't know what you think about this analysis, but considering the actual standings we see, there's a clear gap between P5 and P6.
Yeah, that's my take here as well. But yeah, also we don't have that many rounds, right? So the gap is quite significant from those top 5 teams. But that fight for P6, for that final spot in the Golden Rockets, oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.
Get interesting, yeah.
It's going to be very interesting, especially as we have the OWLS Esports in P9. A bit far from Kraken, but they've had a very, very good race yesterday. If you were not here yesterday, 3M Esports had a terrible strategy, and I'm gonna go a bit more on the strategy later on, but let's say there is 2 choices. They didn't take the right one. A bit like McLaren during the F1 Grand Prix last weekend. They started on winters, it was almost dry. Kind of the same kind of strategy. If you listen to us, Contest Guy, hello. But basically, yeah, for P6, for the last spot of the gold category, it is quite tight, I would say, from Kraken, Customs GT, Elite Racing Squad, and OWLS Esports, or Olds Esports. It's going to be easier for me to say.
Olds, yeah, probably.
Basically, Olds won yesterday. They did a 1-2, so point-wise, they may go up quite a notch. Enough for overtaking Kraken and all the rest? I don't know. Some will race today, some did race yesterday. I didn't use my Excel or anything. We will see next time around. But one thing for sure, they gave themselves all the chances to actually go back or go again in the top 6. Then in P10, Alien Motorsports. I think maybe Alien Motorsports can have a chance, but it begins to be quite down. Avalon Motorsports, Annexion, and then we have the 12 remaining teams. I was about to say 13, but 12 remaining teams of the second part of the leaderboard. So,
yeah. But also look at this gap between P12, 13, 14.
Exactly.
I mean, there's basically at least those 3 teams fighting for this P12. Even if you look Avalon, maybe with that 109. So this is very interesting, I think, for the Silver Rockets later on in this season, who can grab that final spot in here. Someone will cry, definitely. Someone will be very happy.
Yeah, definitely. Like, from what I see, there's one realistic spot for the golden category, and there's 2 spots for the silver category and 4 drivers, or 4 drivers, 4 teams. So 4 doesn't fit into 2. That's not genius math. As I would say, 5 doesn't fit into 1 spot either. So nothing is done. Maybe aside the top 5 of the standings, nothing is really done regarding these last places of the gold and silver categories. So we'll see if this is going to be a decider already. If I am not wrong, there's still more races after this, and we'll go straight into it. And this is this. We're on round 6 in Spain. So we've had the round 1 in Switzerland, round 2 in Australia, round 3 in Italy, round 4 in Belgium, round 5 in Croatia, and we're basically just past halfway of the season. Round 6 in Spain, Barcelona, a very known track, and then we have round 7 in the United Arab Emirates. Then round 8 in my own country, France. Round 9, Austria, and the final round 10 in the United States. So
exactly, and we have that cut after round number 7. So
yes. So not much time for the teams to actually make it through and get the right positions they want to aim for. Some teams, I will put the standings again, I think some teams may have more troubles. I would say down from maybe 15th or 16th downwards, it's going to be hard to aim for the silver category. The gap begins to be a bit big and the points are hard to get. So
there are still a couple of really good teams with fast drivers. Look at My Team Esports or Team Monza Racing, for example. So they have like definitely the potential like to score some good points and maybe get back into contention for at least a spot in the Silver Rockets in the 7 to 12 area then. But yeah, it all depends probably on this race or this match day.
Exactly, especially as how we've seen yesterday, strategy played a big part into it. So I think they watched the races of yesterday, and we won't see anything funny today. I'm a bit sad, but I don't think we're gonna see anything funny today. But speaking of the track itself, Barcelona, we actually have the Zona de Espera, so the waiting zone. I tried my best Spanish. That is the best you're gonna have today. It is basically the chicane that was installed in, I think, the late 2000s for safety reasons. So now it's basically the parking spot for all the teams and all the drivers to get there during qualifying. Then every team are gonna be called one by one, so 2 cars per 2 cars. They go to the pits, they refuel, they change tires, takes the soft tires obviously, but a mislead can easily happen. Then you do another outlap. You try to burn the most fuel you can because it's dead weight in your car, and then you do 1 flying lap, and that's it. And then when
pressure is on, yeah.
Sorry?
The pressure is on during those one-shot qualies. Yeah, it's
always. And truth be told, I really love one-shot qualifyings. The greats are kind of always gonna do a great time. That's not the, but sometimes they can do a mistake, and that just makes everything different. Yesterday, before we go to the other zone, yesterday we've had Mew Mew, very fast, World Tour World finalist, and he had a penalty, I think, on the second to last corner, on the way to get pole position, or at least first row. He started last.
We've all been there probably on this track, getting these track penalties.
Oh yes, these damn penalties. And basically started last and fought to the win.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. Because thanks to the slipstream, it is not on real during the race. It is on wick, which is way easier to get through the field because the Group 2 cars suffers from heavy dirty air. So you just get stuck behind anyone. It's not going to be fun, especially in Barcelona, which is a lot of medium speed corners. But basically, almost the last to first. And I'm going to tell you why later on, why it was not the last to first. But then we have the stopping zone, or the Zona de Parada. which is, if you see the pit exit, it is on the inside of the pit exit around the first corner, the national layout. They just need to park here. They will be fine out of the way. I was afraid they would be reset, but they don't, thankfully. So that's just the zone they need to park. So they do their lap, they park there, they wait for the second group to go on, and that's it. Qualifying is also 15 seconds, and I'm gonna check if there's anything said by race control.
Yeah, we are starting basically now.
Oh, really?
So
okay.
Less than a minute. Yep.
Yep. Well, let's do a very quick rundown of the teams when they were gonna do the actual off lap. That's not out lap. That's the word I was seeking. So the teams. We have 6 teams. I'm not gonna respect the timing. I'm sorry about this, and I'm also gonna take my notes, my quick notes. So we have Team Monza actually with 77 points and 17th in the standings. They're basically on the threshold of they can make it to the silver category, but it's gonna be hard. They can still make it. From what I remember, there's Garasa in their lineup. And Simo. I raced Garasa myself in 2018. Very good driver. Maybe not at the prime anymore, but they can still do it. We have Visceral, and you know what? It's right on the timing. Visceral, that's the favorites tonight. That is definitely the favorites tonight for this race. There's Icon and Simon. Simon is a world finalist. He raced in the ERL about 2 weeks ago that I had the pleasure to organize with VCO. 172 points, currently 5th in the standings, but about 5 points behind the leaders as well. So it's the last of the leading pack, but I think it can be the make or break for them. Then Avutarda Racing Team, 41 points, 20 seconds. I think they're just here for fun. They're still gonna do their very, very best, but it is here. They are here for fun, and they really, I think when you're so far from the standings, you just should take it that way and just like, okay, let's have some fun. What can we learn from the faster guys? And just, that's it. They're really quite far. Then the Kraken Stains GT with Manu and Roseito, 139 points, 6th in the standings, the last of the gold group, and they're quite far from the top 5. But they still need to defend that top 6. That's what matters for them. They need to stay on that last part of the top 6. Then the Elite Racing Squad, 128 points, 8th in the standings. A bit far away from goal, but well established within the mid-pack in the silver category. So their goal, in my opinion, is to stay within that group. And then we have the EPLF Sim Racing, 34 points, 23rd, second to last. Avutarda, they're mostly going for the fun part of the race, and they're way too far in the standings to pretend for anything anymore. So let's just have some fun, not cause chaos, and learn something in the way. And we will go straight into the qualifying. Yeah, it is time. They are inside their actual I was about to say off lap again. It's out lap. So they just parked, and this is the
waiting zone, exactly.
Yeah,
and
the waiting zone.
Someone killed an innocent cone, by the way. So that's not fair. So
that is not fair.
The red cone died a brutal death. So
that's a penalty in my books.
I feel as well. So we might need to report someone here.
Oh,
what happened?
What happened to you?
Got a reset.
No, they didn't.
Crazy.
They didn't go to the pits.
Didn't drive through the pit.
They didn't drive through the pits.
I also what the procedure looks like now.
I also hope the sound is okay. I've made the balance hastily, so I hope it is okay that you can hear Jaeger very nicely. Me, it's not too bad if you don't hear myself too much, but having Jaeger would be quite nice. So
I can hear you totally fine, but that's direct through the Discord, so yeah. Whatever, but yeah, look, this is already like an interesting
it's interesting
twist now. With
what's happening?
Get into pit lane.
I don't know what it means.
I don't know, I can't.
I'm sorry.
Apaka AI, wait here.
No quali.
Like that.
They're disqualified from qualifying. Okay.
That's
That's already the first issue. PLF Seco will have to run all alone in the qualifying session, which is, to be fair, doesn't matter for Seco. There's no slipstream games. We are on real slipstream during the qualifying. So as mentioned earlier, the actual qualifying, well, the actual real slipstream has a lot of dirty air in its model, and the Group 2 do as well. So that means being in the slipstream of your teammate is actually detrimental. You're gonna lose time. When in the opposite way, it is actually beneficial when you are doing the race. But it's already,
Okay.
yeah, they just stay here. Also have, did I note that my notepad is very useful today? Yeah, I did note that. I've noted yesterday a reference lap from VQS Mew Mew during free practice. And I've noted the sector times, which I think are quite interesting. I've been smart for once.
Yeah.
And the lap time was a 1:30.7, which is very close, if not faster than the best times we've seen yesterday.
Yeah, so I think in the warm-up today it was 30.8. So yeah, it's right about.
Yeah, it's around this.
Expect.
And first sector was actually a 27.3, and the second sector was a 103.3 in cumulated time. So what we're gonna see on the screen, and I'm gonna stay on Seco and get my hand on the nice keyboard I have, and hopefully the key works. It doesn't. Great. No, it does.
Great, it does.
So what is the first sector we have? 27.4, so it's only 1/10 down from Mew Mew's lap time. I hope I noted it correctly, it's not like a 0.1, but I'm pretty sure it's a 0.3. And if I just put this, excellent! I know how to use 2 keys on my keyboard. So then, Sector 2. Sector 2, it is a 103.3. And if I remember, so a low 0.3. So we'll see if Seco is very fast in the second sector. The first sector is very promising. Oh, that may be a penalty. That looked wide, but it could be netcode as well. And it was netcode, but 7/10 down compared to the reference lap time I have. So basically, we're in already for 31 mid at best.
Yeah. Team Monza Racing Simo already running with a penalty starting the lap.
Yeah, that's not gonna be good. That's not gonna be good at all. I'm staying with Seco for the
will-
first lap. He's gonna
You will
end the
circle
lap.
it during the lap, right? But you still lose half a second.
Yeah, 31.9, that's not gonna be good, honestly. That's not gonna be enough. Then we have Gallicois. I'm gonna make my best with the names because they're written quite tiny on my screen, and I'm a bit afraid to butcher them.
Yeah, someone in chat might correct us, but
You said it wrong, fired. Oh,
Exactly.
33.3 because of the penalty, and 32.7. That's not good times at all. So far, Seco is still in the lead. And we have,
Simo had a 1 second penalty to serve.
oh, yes. The penalties here are very, very easy to get.
Yeah.
You see the curves on with the red and black, white parts. If you go over them, that's an instant penalty. The game doesn't even think about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Garassa probably will set the new fastest lap time, but should be still way off that high 30s. Could expect.
Yeah, 31.6. Still quite a far off the times we've seen in
Yeah.
free practice. But it is actually, so far, the fastest on track.
Yeah, Simo with a 32.1, so 1 second penalty he had to serve. That would have been a bit closer to the 30s. Maybe?
Most likely, yes. At least better than what we see. I'm gonna take some water. I hope you have a lot of water with you, because with the heat going on, that's
Yeah,
quite...
that's crazy hot today, exactly.
So anyone who's watching, please be careful with that.
So we have then Elite Racing Squad, the next team. Wow, then we also have Track and Stains. They come into pit lane now. And this leaves us with the Visceral. Then to here, they've been summoned to perform great
Race Control has summoned everyone. Almost.
Exactly.
I think only one team remains after. No, it's Visor is the last.
Yep.
Visor is the last. So everyone has been summoned.
Exactly. So I look at ERS. So I recognize those two drivers. They probably did most of the driving in this season for the team, Bezzy and Nixo.
Yeah, I do recognize Nixo from the AMG Virtual Championship that I also had the pleasure to host for them. And he was in my division 1.2. So in case you're gonna see the English stream after the race, hello, that I was your host. I hope you're going well.
Remember me?
You remember me who just said hi and goodbye? That's me. Oh, I pressed escape on my keyboard. That's not good.
It didn't break too much. That's fine.
That is okay. But yeah, I have never used a keyboard on Gran Turismo up until now, so I'll do my best, guys.
Yeah. So many new opportunities suddenly with the keyboard.
Yeah. I'm just used to be a co-commentator. Everyone does the jobs, and I'm like putting my analysis on top of it, my experience, and my once upon a time stories of back in my days. But now I have to be up front and run about everything on like the softwares and all. It's quite hard, let's be fair, when you're not used to it.
But show some love for the broadcasters, producers. It's quite a bit of things to do.
It's a lot of things to do on top of commentating. So exactly. Yeah, like it's the behind the scenes stuff, but I do see it now. I've seen it remotely, but doing it is quite different. And we have Betsy with the first sector, purple one. I didn't see the time, but it was about 2.
It was a 0.37, something like that.
Did I note the first sector wrong? I may have.
27.3, you said something like that.
Yeah, but
about that. But
maybe it was a 0.1. I don't recall. And as a dummy, I deleted what I written yesterday.
So I'm running with Manu. He's one of the fast drivers in this. He has a 27.335. So
yeah,
that's purple as well.
Yeah, that's purple for Betsy. 2/10 purple on Garasa. And about 2/10 of the reference time I have had yesterday, so we may see a low 31. If the last sector doesn't give any penalties, it might be a 31, like 31.2 or 31.3.
Yeah.
But
27.3 and 27.4 for the visuals. So I think this 27.3 might be okay.
31.1. That's it. The first low 31, and then we have P2 with Nixo 31.5. It's a bit down. That is not the right key. That is this key. Okay, I need to press shift. I know that. So Simon, world finalist. Is he purple? He is purple by 1/10.
0.4 for Josito. And what about Manu? He crosses the line. He'll go provisional pole. Yeah, with a 0.1. 1-0.
That
just
is
Uber drivers.
Just very, very just. A quick information about Visceral. They came back on Gran Turismo late last year. They were here and they left and they came back. And I think they're gonna come back with the best of time.
30.9.
That's a very nice time.
And Icon as well. He was fast in the warm-up. Couldn't replicate that on that one shot, but P3, I think that's still okay. So, yeah. Simon and Manu on the front row. Not a surprise, really.
Bowling. But yeah, very good time from the American driver. 30.946. The only 30 we've seen today, but we've seen some yesterday. And again, the conditions between yesterday and today are identical. There's not the track temperature, the wind is different, the time of day is different, everything is exactly the same. That means whatever they do now is comparable to what happened yesterday. And that would have been, I think, top 4 the times we've seen. So, yeah, I'm gonna put him on board. Yeah, the right key, let's go. But we have Visceral, Kraken, Visceral, ERS, Kraken, ERS. So 3 teams in the top 6, a bit mixed up. With a quick slipstream, we may actually see some interesting in like maneuvers and everything, but they also need to mind the race time, because you have points with race time and total race time with the team. So fighting is good. Fighting too much may be detrimental.
Exactly, and so now that we have seen the qualifying, you said something about race strategy.
Yeah,
So
it's a race
can
strategy.
you elaborate a little bit on that?
So as you see here, we are on racing softs, but there's also racing mediums available. The two defining strategies, there's maybe more in between, but the two extreme strategies, which are what we've seen yesterday, there is, you go on softs, you pit about lap 8, you refuel, like you go flat out, you refuel, and then you try to make the time you've lost with actual pace. And that was the strategy that Sim3M did, and they actually lost P1 and P2 to have just a P3 and just about P4 from memory, but I'm not even sure if it was P4 in the end. They finished with 7 seconds on the All Sports when they clearly had the advantage on pace. So the strategy is definitely slower because the pit stop is so long, and the refueling
that was
is
my question. So can you put a number on that pit loss roughly?
everything considered with the refueling. It was about 25 plus 9, so 33, 34
Just
seconds.
30 plus, okay,
Yeah, 30 plus. I wonder if saving fuel is actually a strat that could happen, and just doing the soft but might be a bit too hard. But one thing for sure, it didn't work out for Sim3 and Alls won the race. So everyone after made the medium strategy, saving some fuel, no pit stop. So basically, I think everyone saw the races yesterday, and they will just take the mediums, and they will just take like a fuel strategy, try to make it work the best, have enough to push at the end. So unless someone found another strategy, haven't tried in between, I think we can see a copy paste from yesterday.
Could be I mean, if it's either soft or no stop on the mediums, probably a medium soft strategy seems to be very dull.
I think it doesn't work, honestly, because the mediums and the softs, they have about 1.5 seconds from each compound on when they're not worn at all. So yeah, it is a substantial compound gap, but not enough to catch back. And if you start on mediums and you pit, you're just taking the worst of both worlds, basically. And who didn't? Oh, that was Mosquera with the whopping 14 minutes and 34 seconds. Okay, so the results. So the grid is going to be Simon, Manu, Icon, Betsy, Joseto, Nixo, Garasa, Seco, followed by Jassimo, Gallicoids, Apery, and Mosquera. Mosquera with 14 minutes, 34 seconds, 933.
Yep, exactly.
Who do you bet on?
I knew this question would arise, so I mean, it's probably tough to bet against Simon with that SS rating up there, so that's probably a good indicator. But again, I mean, with Group 2 cars, I feel like they are nicely driven around that track when you're all by yourself, but in that traffic, and then with that track, and like you can easily pick up those track limit penalties, and so it's really tough to say. I expect we don't see that much fighting, because what the previous races showed us, like with overall race time, combined race time, is very important if you want to score points. Also, those bonus points for clean race and whatever. So that could maybe be the decider in the end, if you get extra points for a clean race or just a slightly better overall finishing time. So I think it will be a very tactical race today, and then maybe some surprises. So I think I put my money on Manu a couple of times, so I go with him. Come on, let's roll the dice.
Okay, you take Manu, I take
Frankenstein's
Simon.
Manu.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's settled. There's nothing on the line, or maybe we'll see that after. But okay, I bet on Simon because I've seen him racing quite a few times now, and yeah, I think he got a chance. But again, yesterday I would have bet everything on B Racer winning, and he finished P3 because of the strategy. So hello, Contest Guy again, if you're around, and yeah, it is quite it's quite a management race, I would say.
Okay.
Starting soon, so we're gonna have soon the
yeah.
race going on, and but yeah, it is a managing race. You have to manage the tires as well. There's something I failed to mention. The tires, or you need to be careful, otherwise they don't last the whole race. The front left is hammered down.
We see 17 laps and tire wear times 4. So fuel sits at times 5 as well. So it's not like a flat out race unless you go for the probably soft push strategy. But that obviously didn't work yesterday from what I've heard. So yeah,
Yep,
let's find out what will
at
happen.
all.
Alrighty. Good luck, everybody. Have a good race and
Yep.
enjoy.
I'm gonna quickly check the tires.
Quick
I'm
check,
gonna go
yep.
through the grid.
There we go.
Everyone's on mediums.
Surprise.
Surprise!
Here we go. Still a standing start. False start check. Should be still interesting. The run into turn number 1.
A very good
Well,
start
run
from
with
the
a good
Visceral.
start. Yeah, both of them. Okay. So they're taking P1, P2 into turn number 1.
P1 and P2, yeah, Manu had a terrible start from P3. So it is Visceral, Kraken, ERS, Linus turn in turn 2. What happens in the back? Because I don't think we're going to see much in the front. It is quite... I was about to say wise, but not really. There's a fight. And a penalty for Jose already.
That's a bit early. But still, I think we have one driver ball and back already, Mosquera.
Yeah, Visceral already going for... Oh, because they almost lost it. Side by side with just Simo.
He is, yeah, and Simo Carassa, they're close. They need to push to get a little bit closer to top 6, probably. But yeah, the top 8, I think they're nicely and in team order.
What happens here? Just Simo again and against Joseito. So the fight continues. I'm going to stay with them a bit, see what happens, because they seem a bit heated. Is there some issues between them from past races? I don't know, but they seem to not like each other on track right now.
Yeah, a bit pushy. I totally agree. It's the end of lap number 1. So we have Visceral leading. No surprise, but I'm a bit surprised to see Manu with that not the really good start. So he will crawl back a little bit now. And with that weak slipstream, so down the main straight should be beneficial. And as you said, during those sweeping corners, you can also stay closer. And we'll see. I don't expect any early moves, to be honest. Just settle in now and maybe save a little bit of fuel. I still don't know.
Yes,
it's
you need
needed.
to save a fuel. Oh, yes, you need to save a fuel. It's really a management race. If you go flat out, you need to refuel about 25-30 liters. Plus, I would say. And which is quite a lot, to be fair. And so everyone's gonna look at each other, use the weak slipstream to save some fuel. So far, Simon is in the worst position because there's no one to punch the air in front of him. So that means he'll use more fuel unless he goes extra saving mode. But everyone's gonna catch back. So that's quite the not so good part about being up front. Well, you're up front, so you're fine and you have no one bearing your path. But you also have no one to give you a slipstream.
But I think this car is quite okay when you short shift it, so you don't lose too much momentum. So you should be okay to save a little bit
and
of
we see
fuel. And
heavy lift and coast, lifting about 100 meters before the braking point. Normally the top speed is about 275. At 260 we've seen the lift and coast, and even fuel maps. I've seen that yesterday.
Okay.
Someone tried an overtake but had a lower fuel map, so they pulled on side by side, and then nothing. They couldn't pass. And what happened in the back? Because now there's kind of a gap.
a couple of penalties happened there in the back, so the gap went up. So they are
and another
served the
penalty for
and running with
Gallicois. Yeah.
penalties.
It's not.
So what? It's difficult for them now to probably close that gap. They could probably push and try to get into the slipstream and then save again. But if it doesn't work, then you're really screwed, I think.
I think you are screwed, and especially as you lost the slipstream train. If you, it's like you are at the train station and you've missed it. It's not coming back. I'm just wondering, is it enough for the position? Not even, and their teammates anyway. So what's happening in front? Absolutely nothing. They just look at each other. It's gonna be nice and chill. The cones are still in place. It's kind of a nice reference point, the cones, to know where to go, because it's quite flat. There's not much reference point on when to turn, and the cones are a bit of a reference apex point, but you just delay it a bit. As at least is how I would process it. It's like cone plus X and then a turn.
So we have a slight development here for Garessa in P8 has half a second penalty, and he might be dropping out of slipstream range.
Yes.
After serving the penalty, so this could be crucial for the team. Maybe Simo will wait a little bit to bring him back. He is still very close to Josito in front of him, so they could play it like strategically now to avoid Garessa being dropped. But yeah, it's not ideal now, being basically one of the real cars in that long group, and then you have a penalty. And
yeah, what he could do is crank up the fuel mixture, try to catch back, get the penalty, and then come back a bit, and then save a lot and try not to take one. But again, it's very easy in our comfortable chairs. We're not behind the screen. Well, we are behind the screens, but not behind the wheels, controllers, to actually make the races. But 1.1, 1.2 seconds is still
he can push a little bit. Probably still, he's still in it and can do it. So it's not the worst thing that happened, but don't get another one on this lap. So this might be the end of it. And yeah, it's just a train, right? You're going, so very similar lap times, of course. And yeah, I really see those fuel saving, tire saving tactics here.
Yeah, not any driver wants to be in front right now. They just want to use the slipstream, and at the end try to make the jump. The job of Icon, I think, is to save the most fuel right now. Stay behind Simon, and then when it comes the 2 or 3 laps, crank up the mixture, and either be the shield or the leading pack, and then Simon just follows through. Because these ones behind, they won't give any chances.
No. Oh, we have still the top 9 within 4 seconds. But it's still everyone's game in here. Then the gap is 7 seconds to P10. Wow. So that escalated quickly.
Yeah. And
that
I
gap.
think Garassa is almost out of the slipstream right now. And if
it was interesting, Garassa was fighting with Josito on that lap. He overtook him, but now there was a little bit of a mistake happening. No, it was Simo who got past Josito, I think.
Wrong with second, just trying to see like the line of cars in front, and if he's gonna try to use Garassa or try to overtake Garassa. I think he's using.
Yeah, but he did a 33-0 compared to the 32s from the drivers in front, so he cannot afford one extra lap in the 33s. I think so needs to push a little bit maybe. Again, and yeah, the race at the front very static, but it was to be expected at least for the time being. And I just checked a little bit on the fuel consumption. So interestingly, Manu in P3 with the most fuel out of the top 4. Nixo also doing a very good job, like saving fuel. But it's marginal. I think it's 2-3 liters. That's the difference for now. Yeah, let's wait for the end of the race, probably. So the waiting game.
It is a waiting game. Like you see the trail of cars. There's 6 cars. It's like a Gran Turismo 4 grid. There's 6 cars, and it's gonna unfold on the last lap.
That's it, yeah. But the top drivers, like, they are doing like a really good job avoiding the track limit penalties so far, and that's what you need to do now. I think just hang in there and then wait for your opportunity. Again, keeping in mind that combined overall race time for both of your drivers, then in addition to your finishing positions. And that's a very smart thing to do in this series, to avoid the early fighting. But yeah, it's a bit boring for us to commentate on, not gonna lie. But we have the, now look, Garassa, yeah, 2 seconds the gap suddenly, and 2 seconds, so it's down to 7. So maybe it's an elimination race.
I think it
at
is.
some point.
Joseto is still in the range, and we're in with just Simo in onboard just to see how it is from the cockpit here. And it's just a lot of cars in front and no way around.
Yeah.
But as you said, it's going to be an elimination race between penalties, using too much tires. So at the end, you need both tires and fuel to look good. If it doesn't, good luck, mate. We've seen that with Hypers yesterday. Was leading the pack for most of the race. Had terrible front left tires compared to anyone else. Side by side in turn 1, and they couldn't do anything to defend themselves and finished quite far there. But I also wanted to, I think it's the right time. I'm gonna go with the leaders now. This yesterday we've almost had the last 2 first, and the best we've seen, in my knowledge, is the last 2 seconds. And Miu had a penalty on the second to last corner of the qualifying, which means the lap is not valid because you don't go through the penalty zone during your lap, so it doesn't count at all. They went through the back to first. They were actually leading the race, and on the last, on the second to last lap, they've let Moreno in front, if I remember well. And on the last lap, he tried to catch back, but they were a battle for P3 and P4 with his teammate. His teammate did brake too late. Hypers did brake even later. They kind of all collided in Miu, and the last lap was kind of ruined. To be fair, we were expecting explosion and fireworks. We had kind of just the explosion. Miu still finished P2, but Moreno ran out of fuel on the last straight, like between the last corner and the straight line, or the finish line, sorry. So if Miu was behind, all the chances he would have overtaken Moreno and get the win and do a last to first. So yeah, that was kind of crazy. Almost
sounds like worth a watch. So maybe do that. And also, like, if you're talking about those drivers, what a stacked grid it was, to be honest. I mean, if I hear the names like Eraser, Miu, Moreno, Hypers in it, okay.
Yeah, it's like, oh, welcome to the War Tour. Speaking of World Tour, I pressed on it once and it's on Simon. The world finalist from, I'm afraid to say something stupid, but 2014, 2015, one of the two. But yeah, he's a world finalist. He's leading the pack.
I think he raced last year in the manufacturers.
I think so. It's one of the two. But Simon's fuel is still good. It's still good compared to Icon. Manu's has a bit more. Betsy a bit less than Manu, and behind it's a bit more. Yeah, so it's still looking fine, but not the advantage he would have like maybe. And Joseito still here.
Yeah, he had a little bit of side-by-side racing actually going on with Simo last lap coming out of the hairpin.
And
it was like, oh, something is happening, but no, they don't want to fight.
Speaking of fighting, Seco and Garasa are actually giving up on finding the train, and they actually fight. So I think we're staying on them now for a little bit, and I'm gonna note that they may have started battling from lap 8. Lap 7, 8, P8. But yeah, in front they just save for the last laps, which reminds me a bit of MotoGP sometimes. You save a bit of everything and you hammer it down at the end. And Garza goes for the move. Nothing to say. It's just clean right before the apex. But now will Seco try to overtake again? That's the other question.
Exactly, yeah. And have a look at the top 6-7 drivers here. So still nothing really changing, but we can clearly see the tire wear creeping in, and we are lap 10 out of 17. So it doesn't get better from that point onwards with the tires.
No.
So maybe track limit penalties.
Oh, speaking of track limit penalties, Icon just got one, and I caught it on camera. It was very wide, and yeah, that's gonna be very harsh. There's so many cars behind. And that unsettled him.
Yeah, this opens up the gap already to Simon, but yeah, I mean, we just mentioned this possibility of a penalty, and you went to Icon, and boom, he got it. So the commentator's curse is real. It's a thing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It's unlucky, of course, for the Austrian driver, but yeah, come on, that's part of the game.
If you're Icon, what do you do now?
I know. I mean, he will lose that position. How close that grid is here. So I don't think he is in a good spot to really defend it, because Manu Bezzi there is right behind him, so less than 2/10. So I don't think he can defend it. I don't know.
I have an idea. It's kind of a sneaky one, I'd be fair.
Diamond blocking the inside and Icon the outside, I don't know.
Just slow on the apex. Slow them down. Let Simon run. You're gonna have a penalty anyway, and they're packed behind you. It doesn't change anything. You slow down in all the corners, just like 5 kph. You make a gap of a second and a half, and Simon bye-bye, and they just fight for P2.
So he goes to the inside. So Manu around the outside, and Bezzi as well. That was my prediction.
Ooh, and just Simon a bit opportunistic.
That was close. I mean, it's still like 2.5 seconds separating the top 7 cars here.
And there's 7/10 between P1 and P2. Now, will it last is the question. 7/10 is still within the good range of the quick slipstream.
Yep.
So nothing is guaranteed for Simon at all. The best he can do is keep on steady, knowing they will most likely come back. It's about the 10th and a half in this straight line, 2/10 even. Just try to save the most tires you can, because you're going to need it at the end. You don't have your shield anymore. So try to save what you can, and then become the Minister of Defense.
That's probably Simon's approach now. If I compare Simon with Manu on the left-hand side tires and the fuel, so there's on both things a slight
and Icon overtaken by Nick
advantage for Manu, so he might be able to push a little bit towards the end. Who knows? Icon now. When there's something happening.
Yeah, not happy. Just Sibo is not happy at all. And Icon went from P4 to P5, so it's even worse now. It's actually worse that because he has 3 cars to get in front, no slipstream advantage and no fuel advantage. That's compromised now. That's quite compromised. He needs battling in front to come back and try something.
Yep, he needs to rely on a little mistake, little penalty from the drivers in front to gain positions without using up too much of the tires. So compared to Nixo, he has a little bit of a tire advantage, I would say, but will it be enough to at least get back to P4? So now we are seeing that the gaps are slowly going up between the cars, so not 2, 3 tenths, 5, 6 tenths more of like that now. So maybe it's getting harder to get the grip out of those warm mediums and drive your lines. So now mistakes can happen.
And
probably.
I'm looking at the battle for the last group, and there's actually fighting between teammates and Gallicois and Perry. Gallicois is having a penalty, but they were fighting. I was seeing that on the map. They're quite far. There's no real hope to come back into the fray. There's no safety car. So I do believe it's just bring it home, let's have some fun, and that's it. And Mosquera I think he's new in the series. I don't remember his name, so we'll see what he can do. Maybe he can try to overtake the 2 in front of him, so it'll be nice.
But we might see a split now. The top 3, they're getting nearly a second now here, so could be interesting for the overall win. And that second group led by Nixo. Feel like some of the drivers are struggling already with the tire wear, and it's 4 laps to go when they cross the line, so
it goes worse and worse. The tire wear per lap goes worse and worse. So if you have like a 5 or 10, let's say 5% usage of your tires at the end of the gauge, it may be 10% lap.
Simo sends it on Icon into turn number 1.
Yeah, we see that from quite far, but we still see it.
So yeah, Icon, after that penalty, that race went downhill. P2 to P6 now. So can he recover?
I think the trend is definitely not in his favor.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, but yeah, he had a solid race so far, keeping up with Simon.
Simon giving all he's got.
Yeah, but he can't break free. But the top 3 now, 1.1 seconds.
Where's the banana when you need it?
just summoned a track limit penalty. Ooh, Basie went really wide. Not sure. He got away with it probably again. Yep, they're flirting with the penalties. Show you.
That's the thing in this track is you have to flirt with the penalties to actually go fast. It's a bit like Monaco in a way, but you remove the walls with penalties, and that's about it. Technically, the wall is a big penalty, but you see what I mean.
Yep.
It's very easy to get there.
The wall is a fatal penalty, usually.
Penalty, 2 dots, DNF.
Yeah. Manu with a run, he goes for the move now. He feels it's time. He has saved up a little bit more fuel compared to Simon, and yeah.
It shows. But maybe Simon will be the one to save fuel until the end and then come back on the last lap. Could be strategic.
Could be, yeah.
Or just going
here we go. That's what we've been waiting for quite some time. The back and forth between them.
I think the hostilities have started between 3 teams in the 3 spots of the podium: Visceral, Kraken, and ERS. But in what order? Remember, your bet is on P2, my bet is on P1. All the chances we're gonna both lose.
Yeah, it will be Basie to claim the victory.
That's gonna be a penalty for Simon. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a penalty for Simon.
I saw dust, but he got away. But Manu on the inside, into the hairpin we go. There's room on the outside. Just.
Bit of dirty tires on the AstroTurf. Just gotta be careful for the last corners. The tires are not happy now.
Yeah,
They're
but look at the
definitely
difference
not happy.
between Manu and Simon. It's a significant difference
Yes,
now.
it is. It is, and that reminds me yesterday. Hypers had worse tire wear and couldn't do stuff in the end of the race. He was just a sitting duck. And Betsy,
Watch the week. Watch it. Watch it.
yeah,
Okay, here we go.
on
Defending.
the outside. Oh, that's gonna be bold.
Yeah, and right behind you as well, between Nixo and Simo.
But he's gotta make it stick.
Ooh, contact! He keeps it just, I think.
Yep, he keeps it, and now it's about like close battle between Manu and Betsy. But yeah, Simon is like, okay, mate. Now gloves are off, and when I said that yesterday, chaos unfolded. So let's see if it unfolds again.
Yeah, definitely. You need to keep our eyes on that battle for the lead. I try to see what happens behind them. So also this fighting, Nixo and Justimo in P4 and P5, they close the gap just 7/10. So if something happens, why not? Why not?
It's so hard to tell when there's going to be a penalty or not, because what we see is not exactly where the cars are in the local
very
game.
right. Yeah, but he got away with it still, but has 1.2 seconds, so probably P6 best he can get. Rosito in P7 might challenge him.
Guess who come back? P5 and P4.
Exactly, and you're starting the final lap soon. So now it's
time
to
the fuel
make
of
a move.
Simon is kind of worrisome.
A bit lower, yeah, compared to the rest. And early defensive move, breaking the slipstream. Will it be enough with this weak slipstream down the straight? It looks like.
Gets away with
it.
Gonna be a dive.
Oh, it's a late dive. Can he get it stopped on the apex? Just a little bit of contact. So this was like a bit of like the. I saw you what you did the previous lap. So then Simon on the outside.
With Betsy. Betsy's gonna get the advantage. He's gonna pass in his inside. Yeah. Yes, he does.
Tire wear advantage, I think. Light advantage for the Polish driver. This is like all going into Manu's direction now. Half a second, the fighting behind.
The fuel of Simon. I'm really really worried about it.
Yep. Simo up to P4. I can P5, so what happened to Nixo? Nixo P7.
Betsy was wide. So maybe Simon will try to make a last minute dive in the hairpin. But
will get the run. He didn't get the best exit. Look at
he can't. He can't go.
He can't push. He can't push with the fuel. Yeah.
And that's what I mentioned earlier. He was ahead most of the race. Couldn't save as much fuel as the ones behind.
Definitely disadvantage in a fuel-saving race being the lead car. So 8/10 for Manu coming round. The final two turns into the final turn.
That is a win. That is the win for Manu, for the Kraken.
There's EP2 and Simon runs out of fuel. He runs out of fuel. He gets a bump.
No.
P4 and P5 for Visceron. Not the result they wanted, of course.
He was drafted by Icon on the line to not lose pole position.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, that is Garza P9 with no fuel. Mosquera actually overtook the two other drivers. Let's go!
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah,
they were like
fighting for against each other, the two drivers, and then Mosquera in the end said, "Okay, I'll take that P10." So Gallicoids and Perry, they cross the line. P11, P12. All right.
And you won the bet.
I got lucky with my pick again, but usually Manu doesn't disappoint, to be really fair. So he shows really strong results, strong pace in that one. All right, so I'm going to quickly jump out of the lobby and prepare the replay if you want to see something. Maybe the last or the final two laps maybe could be interesting to get a couple of perspectives on what happened. And then the fuel drama in the end with Simon.
So, provisional results while you're loading up the replay. Manu from Kraken P1, Betsy from the ERS P2, just Simo from TMR P3, VCR with the disappointing P4 and P5. It was for me the favorites by quite a lot, and they're gonna lose points, that's for sure. Then Joseito for Kraken, Nixo for the ERS, Seiko for the EPLF, and then we have Garasa for Monza Racing, Mosquera, Gallicoit, and A. Perry in last position. So I'm glad I really didn't bet anything of value. I would have been kind of pissed now. And I am awaiting your signal to go on the actual your replay.
Yeah,
and you're gonna have the hand this time. It's back to the horse has ended the game. Excellent. So let's go to you in full screen.
I'm not there.
Oh, you're not there.
I've just started.
So we're gonna stay on the horse has ended
Yeah,
the
exactly.
game because we still have the results behind.
So, see what we have here. So
That's
it. So I'll probably get to those final couple of laps. The lap 15. Oh, that's interesting already. So let's.
Okay. So
stay
is
in
it
here.
good?
I think we can.
Okay.
Give it
I
a
am
try.
on it.
See,
It's all good.
It's all good. So we are coming down the straight, lap 15, and this is the first overtake, I think, now between Manu and Simon. Zero Simon. Come on, he's having so many different names in this game. So that looked, like a textbook overtake here at the track. But then I think Simon is already saying no, I'm not having it. So nice little overtake again here. Looked very clean from my perspective. And we can see already here the difference in the fuel consumption. Look at that. That's the massive advantage for Manu at this stage. Like he could save more, and also his tires in a better state here as well. So this looked always so scary.
Yeah.
So like they did run wide, but they maybe just caught a pixel of it, and again into the hairpin. Also one of the moves we can expect here at the track. It was, I think, slight contact maybe, but nothing too major. I think in the overall scheme looked very fair and clean.
I don't think the stewards will have much to look at. Oh,
Yeah.
That's my controller who just fell down. I got it. That's good.
So, and again, we have to run.
That was such a bold move. But there's a bit of banking in turn 1.
Yep.
So you can use it in your advantage, and then you're in the inside of turn 2. And
So I want to go back to Simo and see Simon and Manu. So was there contact? I don't think so.
I think there is a little one.
Yeah, a tiny bit, but yeah, that's. I think Simon did everything he can to avoid
That's
it. He
racing.
jumped a little bit over this curb, but nothing too major in my opinion. So they're still in that race. And having a look at, I think that's Bazzi. Yeah, Bazzi's perspective. Maybe a good point of view to watch those two fighting. But we could really feel like now that at this stage the heat was picking up. Now it got a bit more, I don't know, spicy, racy between the drivers. So they waited for a long time to go for those moves. Then a great run for Bazzi here.
Yeah,
And
clearly.
at this stage, it looked like Manu is a bit under pressure.
Yes and no, because he does have the slipstream, so in the straight he's not gonna have a disadvantage, and that means Betsy has to really make a dive to make an overtake. So far it's Manu who's more on the offensive, and Betsy trying to really
and then we see this like Simon with the early move to the inside, trying to break that slip. He's moving to the racing line again, but then a really late move. For a brief moment, it looked like that Manu didn't want to go for it.
Yeah, he lifted.
But
He
then,
saw
but
he
then
had maybe
decided,
the gap,
okay,
lifted
the
the
gap
brakes.
is still open. Yeah, let's watch it again. So it felt like he stalled for a moment. Yeah, a little lift.
Yeah, little lift.
But then
nope, I'm going for it in the end.
still felt like, okay, it is a gap, and this was probably the most crucial situation for Manu, that Bazzi and Simon were suddenly side by side fighting, and this opened up the gap. So inside move. Ooh.
Oh,
Oh,
what happened? Who's the lawnmower?
I think it's Nick. So I think he lost a couple of positions. So let's see. Was there contact between Seymour and Nixo?
Oh yeah, there is actually.
Like netcode. I don't know.
That looked netcode-ish, but maybe the
Yeah.
stewards are gonna say otherwise.
It is, yeah. So
From Team Monza Racing, yeah.
it looked a bit weird that thing, but yeah,
that's the question of, did the one on the inside turn late or the one on the outside turned early, or maybe a bit of both? That is a actual question that I don't have the answer to.
No, we'll leave it to the stewards probably to decide.
Clearly,
on
good
that.
job, guys. Am I wrong if I say there's Nico Romero in the steward?
Yeah, I think he's part of the stewarding
So,
team. Yeah.
saludo, and that's a thing that quite from the past. But when he was in World Tours, he made hi to the camera when it wasn't on board, and it became the saludo.
Saludo. Right, and we see now Simon is out of fuel here basically. So
Map
a bit too early.
6. Yeah.
So there is nothing left he can attack, and there is the first bump.
Yes,
draft.
from in
and then he's out of fuel, and then he gets
pushed a lot by his teammate. I mean, to be fair, I think that helped to hold on P6.
Yep.
Like, I think
Definitely, and
Garcia, we see here, had a chance to overtake. So yeah, that is quite.
I think without that bump, that he might have lost that position, or it was also probably
maybe not,
more
but
beneficial for the overall.
better not
finishing
take any
lap.
chances.
Yeah,
And you can see the tires; they're just cooked at this point. Oh,
it's true. Again, John, I should disable probably pointers during the screen.
I mean, I can use it like to point out something.
Yeah.
I used it a lot to actually show, like, it was T1. It's like going on the inside here and all of that. It can be useful. Let's be fair.
Yeah, if you can control the pad, I'm useless using the sticks and whatever, so it doesn't look good.
I can somewhat.
You can. All right, yeah. So interesting. First race, and we have another race shortly coming up, I think. So we probably could join the lobby again.
I think we'll have to join the lobby now. Like host has ended the game. Let's go into this mode. Be careful, we're on camera. Okay, and I need
flashbang shock.
Flashbang. Okay, still need the game here. I see it in tiny, but it's good enough to go through the actual menus. And then it's gonna be if we're on time, qualifying starts in 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. So you might have to clear your cache with the liveries. That's
right.
the annoying
I'll
thing.
do that quickly, very, very, very quickly. Yeah, you hear the sound of the game. No, I don't want that. I've had to make a hotfix of the sound somehow, and it's just I have to manually remove it. Otherwise, it's either double or it doesn't work. The cache, very good point. It is removed. I am entering thing connected to server. Good old GT7. While I'm joining the lobby, what do you think of the incoming update on June 11th with the hypercars?
I mean, I was watching the broadcast live, but I was like, yeah, just the introduction, blah blah blah, and then suddenly I heard that crowd, that massive roar, like what's happening here, and I had to really look at my screen. I was like, no way, they're adding 4 hypercars, modern hypercars to the game. I'm really excited to have those cars in the game. And then I tried to rewind the stream, and they removed it from the stream because they put like the actual YouTube trailer then on it, so I couldn't find it because I wanted to screenshot it and send it to my several Discord channels or whatever. So it was gone. I just like I'm pretty sure I saw a Peugeot, a Porsche, a BMW, and I was like, what else was it? The Ferrari, and I was like, yeah, but where's the proof? Yeah, whatever. So it was a crazy moment to be honest, and the Italian crowd was crazy.
Yeah, they were shouting. They were shouting. To be fair, the Italian crowd is already quite heated up, and that kind of update, which is super rare in Gran Turismo, usually is for a spec update, and people are kind of theorizing because it's a preview.
That
video.
Was the thing.
Maybe there's more.
Even more. Exactly. Yeah.
And I'll be at the 24 hours of Le Mans. So I won't be able to really try the update until late in the night, and just for a little time because I'll be working on track. So yeah,
that's a good excuse to be at the Le Mans track.
Oh, you got the DLC. I get to see the cars in real. I'm inside turn 1. If there's anyone in the chat, I'll be inside turn 1 Michelin booth. I'll be around here, so I'll have to check it and everything.
Yeah, that's also something on my bucket list. At some point, I need to visit like the 24 races. So I want to go to Nürburgring, to Le Mans at some point. So yeah, it's definitely something to experience.
And before they start qualifying in I don't know how much time, should we go to present the teams we're gonna have?
Yep,
in this race.
That's fine. I didn't see any announcement yet.
No, I don't see any.
But I think
it's the right time to do so.
Yeah.
I have still my little notes. I'll try to do my best about this. And here we go. Like Finlay, sorry. I want to say Finlay. Finlay, please do some more of these videos. It's good. Okay, here we go. So we have the 6 teams of tonight, and the 6 teams with my notepad, and we start with, that's not the right notepad, this is the good one. We start with Team Azteca, 177 points, currently second in the standings, and Azteca, I think it is the actual favorites of tonight. But we've seen with this year that being favorite doesn't mean you're gonna have a good result. So
no free points.
No free points, and you gotta get good in strategy. Then My Team Esports, 92 points, 15th in the standings, not too far from the silver group. I think we said it was within that region where they could still make it, but they need results to go in their way. Then we have the AGT drivers. I'm jumping the gun a little bit compared to the video, so I'm trying to gain time to have the logo actually showing up, and it's gonna show up in a few seconds. But yeah, the AGT drivers, 105 points, 14th in the standings. They're currently tied on points with Deluxe that we saw yesterday in the races. I don't remember the results, and it's always pending any kind of penalties anyway. And it's just away from the silver group, just like it is for My Team. So really, it can be a make or break tonight. Then Customs GT, 138 points, currently 9th. It is off the gold group this time around, not too far off that last spot, because we still have the top 5, which is pretty settled, but the last spot of the gold group. And they're basically in battle with Kraken that just raced, so they need to do their best because Kraken did actual good results. Then Avalon Motorsport. I was trying to see the actual logo. 109 points, 11th in the standings. Not so safe at the tail end of the silver group. They need to be careful and, as any other team, score some points, but it is quite packed in the midfield in this group. It was also in the previous group, but strategy, being smart on track, and I think qualifying will be really, really what matters. And the last team tonight, control the time, 52 points, 20th in the standings. Not the greatest of positions, and I think it's more for fun than actually contending anything for them. So as Avutarda and EPLF, mostly for fun, mostly to have actual more knowledge on how to get faster, and maybe if there's a next season, coming back by being better and trying to get into those groups. But right now with 52 points, that's gonna be hard to do something. So like race 3, it's kind of lots of midfield teams as per the general standings, with Azteca being up top and Control the Time being a bit under. But that doesn't mean anything when it comes to the actual results as we've seen in race 3. So let's...
Yeah, I think it's a massive race for Customs GT today. If they can perform well, they have a really good chance to move up a couple of positions in the overall championship. And I think they're one of those teams that could potentially grab that final spot in the Golden Rockets. So they were up there since the first race, and keep on battling for that one. But yeah, it's a tough competition, of course, to get into the top 6 in the end.
It is a very tough competition, and we have the signal for 1 minute. So let's actually remind the zones we're gonna have tonight, starting with the Zona de Espera. I'm trying again my best Spanish. It is the waiting zone. So the drivers, you can love. My Spanish is terrible. If you want,
it's better than mine. So
it is in the other channel or in the other stream. But basically,
Rapo español.
Sí, me gusta Barcelona.
Oh.
So the waiting zone here, again in the last chicane, everyone's gonna go crazy and just punt them off. All the 12 drivers will wait here. We actually have the 12 drivers on track. I see that on my other little window. They're gonna be called one by one, reverse from their general standing. So it's gonna be Control the Time first, and I forgot the name, Azteca in last. And then we have the stopping zone after they do the quali lap. Hopefully no penalties, as qualifying just started on my other screen. So that is actually kind of a nice perfect timing. So the Zona de Parada, stopping zone, learn Spanish with Jomas, or Jomas as they say. I'm gonna have an actual anecdote with just story with that. And
that sounds like a pretty good side quest.
Yes, it's the side quest. Jomas' side quest, or blue quest if you wish. Basically, that's where the drivers will have to park after they do their quali lap, and let the other group do their lap, because it's just a bunch of 3 teams, then 3 teams going one per one. I have something stuck in my eye, so that's great. And then they just wait the end of the timer, and we go for the race. And I think it is time to actually go back on the
racetrack and see
the racetrack. Yes,
those drivers, and you already running with one of probably the hot favorites. That's why I've seen this name a couple of times already in the past. Not so much recently, but yeah, probably also one of the very quick Spanish drivers here.
T. Lopez
in Gran Turismo,
and Brea. 2 drivers I fought against on track. One in actual World Tours and World Finals. I think G. Lopez arrived in the World Tours when I actually stopped. But I still fought on him, work against him on the qualifying seasons and all of that. I don't think that they need any kind of presentations. They're fast, they're smart, and they're really the favorites in my opinion. But let's see if it translates to actually a win. Usually it does, but not always. So
yeah, and
the cones. The cones.
We can just pick the cones again. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Poor little cones.
They try to avoid it. Some try to avoid it. I'm actually surprised. Are some listening here?
See, that's some aura points already here. Come on.
Nice
one.
I'm gonna look at the chat. And so, the kind of little story as they control the time are going into the pit lane. The story is back in my days.
Oh, it's story time.
It's story time. Back in my days. 2018 European final, when it was still, you tried to be good online, then top 24, then the regional, then world finals. I see Coque Lopez. So we basically meet for the first time and everything, and we speak in English. And I say I'm Joma74. We go by the PSN IDs. It's kind of easier. He looks at me, kind of not understanding what it means. And then I remember listening to the Spanish commentary at some point, and then also my 5 years of Spanish lesson. And as you can tell, it didn't mean much in the end. And I remember they say Jomas, or like the J, with an R. So it's more Jomas.
Yeah.
That way. And then I remember that 74 is 74. Because the commentator said that, so I remembered it. And I look at him straight in the eyes. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm Jomas 74. And he understood. It's like, okay, good. Welcome to Madrid. But yeah, it was a nice story, and then I got kicked my ass in the races. Still qualified for the world finals, but not the results I hoped for. I was hoping for more.
Yeah, so lessons learned. So don't put a stupid number on your online ID.
I wanted just Jomas, to be fair. I just wanted Jomas, but sadly enough, it's taken by someone who doesn't play, and I'm so mad at it. And got asked realistically PlayStation to say, by the way, this guy doesn't play, can I have this PSN ID, please? Thank you very much. It doesn't work like this. But I want to just have Jomas. And, well, Jomas74, it's going to stay that way. It's my racing number.
Yeah. It's your trademark now. It's fine.
Kind of, yes. As Control the Time started their lab, I'm still going to go with the actual story time. And basically, my racing number was 14. But then Formula 1 came around, and they had permanent numbers. And Fernando Alonso took the number 14. And I did not want to have everyone say, oh, you took that number because of Alonso. So I took the 1, put it slanted. That makes a 7, like 27.5. It's one slanted makes a 7, 74. That's it. That's the story of my racing number.
There we go. So you see, like the Shomas lore now. You heard it first. Crazy stuff. But yeah, online IDs are just weird. So I thought my ID would be quite unique, but then someone also took that, and I had to append some stupid numbers to it. So it's like, what?
Control the time with not so bad. They might be on the low 31 mid maybe.
Yeah, I'm looking at my team with Kipso and Punisher.
Oh, Kipso, right. Another one I raced against. It's just, you make me feel old now. Okay, I'm like in my 30s, but still. And 31.8, it's not as good as I thought it would be. It's gone.
Yeah, maybe.
It keeps a bit lacking in my...
Yeah, I also have like this idea a bit...
Yeah, I'm afraid it's the Belgian connections. Usually they're not so great for some reason, so...
He comes around.
Oh, that's
a bit wide.
Lag or wide, like just like 0.7.
Not that impressive, to be honest.
0.5.
Still roughly half a tenth off the times you should be doing to have a look at the first 2 rows.
Then we
see
have
improvement.
Tomate or tomato.
Tomate, tomato.
On pole position. I mean, tomate is tomate in French. It's literally written the same way.
Yeah, it's German, tomate. Yeah, but he's Portuguese, so I don't know.
I don't know if it means anything, but you're gonna be that's just what it is now.
0.5 is still the time to beat in this.
It's not bad. It's not a bad time.
No. don't get us wrong, but we've seen faster times in that race earlier, and also yesterday, I think in the qualifying. So we can expect faster lap times. And we have now the next teams getting into pit lane, refueling, change the tires, and then they go out lap. It is.
Oh, they're all nicely parked. I don't know if you've seen that. They just line astern. Not really in the zone they're supposed to be, but still parked in a nice place. I'm gonna try to catch them.
Yeah, so somewhere else.
Look at this. It looks pretty, to be fair. It's like a paint. A paint and you duplicate something, and then you have a car coming off the pits. That's a nice shot, to be fair. I kind of like it. Okay, we're gonna stay here for the entirety of the qualifying. No, I'm kidding.
I have the exact yeah, the same picture when I go to that camera. But yeah, let's focus on the drivers on the track now. So we have now our favorites with Azteca. Now they are leaving pits with Freya and Lopez.
And we have Esteve actually burning fuel, staying in second gear, flat out, a bit of brake to stay as high as the RPM as possible, to burn the most fuel and actually make the car lighter. I kind of wonder, that's just personal opinion on this one, wouldn't it be better to just remove the fuel for qualifying? Because they're gonna burn fuel anyway. So
yeah,
could be interesting to remove fuel altogether for qualifying, because both settings can be separated.
It is, but I feel like with the no fuel, the car handling is quite different than to race conditions. So bit of like not too sure about running without any fuel.
It's qualifying. It's as we
what happens? Outlap. So they are slowing down. The drivers behind, so they're trying to get a gap and maybe burn a little fuel. No, I don't see that much fuel burning going on. But we have now the teams on the track to set their lap times.
Oh, Esteve with the purple first sector, 27.4. Still not a 0.3, but still solid.
Yeah, I'm running with Customs GT and C Sigma 0.5. Charles,
the teammate of Esteve.
0.414. Okay, so
yeah,
Charles could be fighting for provisional pole, and then we have Azteca both on the track, and they are quite close to each other. So they are getting a little bit of a slipstream down the straight. That could be interesting. But with that real slipstream you mentioned, maybe it will compromise.
It will compromise 100% if they take slipstream, yes. So we have EduMax on purple sector 2. Sigma is also purple but less in sector 2. And Charles, also Charles.
27.7 for Lopez in the first sector. Ooh.
And 31.3 for EduMax. That's the provisional pole position.
3.
What is it gonna be for Sigma?
I think Charles could be one.
Oh, Sigma lost it, almost lost it, and that's last.
And a penalty invalidated.
That is last. Wanted too much for it, and so far is first and last for the Custom GT.
Yeah, that doesn't really help their ambitions there to score a good team result. But you mentioned yesterday you can gain positions from the back of the grid, even if you make the moves in time needed. And now let's see. So they didn't have a really good first sector, the two drivers for Azteca. Can they recover throughout that lap? No! Starting P3, P4.
P3 and P4. So Customs GT P1 and P last with the penalty.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fireworks. That is gonna be fireworks
now for this race, yeah. And okay, so I didn't expect that, to be honest.
I didn't expect either. I'm pretty sure Sigma had the pace to be on the first row. if not on pole as well.
He had a 0.6, I think, when he crossed that line, but also like with that wiggle coming out of the final turn, probably 2/10 lost there easily. So yeah, first 2 rows definitely they're possible for Sigma. So this shows he has the pace, but can he get through the grid?
I think he can.
The race?
I think he can, but how far is going to be the big question. There's 17 laps, 11 drivers in front. That's 0.7 drivers per lap or thereabouts. It's doable. It's doable. I've seen Sigma on track. He's good. But I'm really surprised about G. Lopez and Brea. Again, the favorite, not at the place I actually thought it would be. So
not during the qualifying, yes, that's true. But maybe they have like the race pace and they have the ability to look after the tires.
Maybe yes.
Save the fuel in the like correct spots. And so this is probably my concern for Sigma. So he has to push a little bit more probably from the back of the grid and could maybe destroy his tires towards the end. But definitely has the pace to be up there in the top 4 or 5 for sure.
What are you doing, G. Lopez?
They have to wait until the 15-minute mark to
the angle I have is very...
Yeah.
It's like, look at my sponsors.
Yeah. He probably knew, like, you're watching him, so...
I'm just going through the grid a bit.
Fair share for everybody.
Yeah. You need everyone to make a grid.
Exactly. So now it's probably time to guess the winner.
Okay, I'll be bold this time. J. Lopez.
We go for J. Lopez. So I go with Charles. Starting on pole. I think he stole my heart on the first 2 rounds. I think he put up such a great fight against the other drivers, and so yeah, he gets all of my love.
Now they can't cross the line. Sigma and Bonma doing I don't know what.
Just grab a drink. Be back in
Yes.
less than 30 seconds.
Be fast. I'm counting. So yeah, for the grid we have Charles in front of Edumax, J. Lopez, Brea, Tomate, Punisher, Estebe, Kipso, Alcorte, Perlita, Bonma Racing, and Sigma. Sigma, who had a penalty with a whooping time of 4 minutes 14, I was about to say 4 minutes and 19 seconds. And welcome back, Jaeger. I see you.
Hello.
With the webcam on my other screen. You come back with a drink. Where is mine?
I can't tell you.
It's in the fridge waiting for after the broadcast. I know what it is.
A refreshing one, a cold one. That sounds nice.
Mm-hmm. But what's interesting to see is in the top 6, only Azteca has 2 cars. So they have a strategic advantage. Not the position, but the strategic one. So yeah. We'll see what it means when the race actually starts. Which do we have a signal for the race starting, or is it just whenever?
No, I'm waiting for that command still. Yeah, so Azteca be aggressive on that start to
Yes.
get in front
I think so.
and manage their pace? Do you think so?
I think so. Considering the two, I think yes.
They're a bit of driving style now, not taking away anything from them. They are very good drivers, but
Oh yes.
aggressive drivers at some point, and if they can go to the front early on and then run their race, I think this would be the ideal scenario for them. Of course, the guy leading then being in disadvantage with the fuel. So maybe if they can get a little gap, they can like swap the positions every now and then, so everyone can sit behind, save a little bit of fuel. This would be probably the ideal scenario for the team. But as close as the gaps are, I don't think that there will be a big gap early on. So we will wait again and probably just starting soon. Exactly.
Yeah, starting soon.
Couple of moments away from the start of the race again. So 17 laps times 4 the tire wear times 5 the fuel consumption. So look after the tires, save a little bit of fuel, grid start with a false start check, run into turn number 1.
And the race starts.
Happening. It's happening
6,
now.
5,
Enjoy.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And we're not racing yet. No. it's a delay.
Happy New Year!
Alrighty. So, looks like control opening up. So tire check. Oh, mediums.
For everyone. Shocking.
Everybody. Yeah, shocking. I know. And who gets the best start? It's green, 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 and everybody with a okay start, I think.
Okay, very good, very good start from J. Lopez, but
Yep.
Charles doing the slipstream game to actually neutralize both of them.
It is, and Edu Max in P2, he keeps that position, so it is Lopez, Brea, P3, P4, so they are keeping their positions, but not going for the early moves.
Sigma already P7.
Yeah, but there's already a second gap between P6 and P7.
Yes, but
what
from
was this?
P12 to P7
Well,
in 2.5 corners. Okay. Okay, mate.
hold my beer.
Hold my beer, it's in the fridge.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
oh boy, that's one hell of a start. I think we,
yeah, and there was a bit of contact in the midfield, so Tomate, he's losing a couple of positions, drops down to P11. Not the best. Race start also kipped, so down to P10 and has a penalty, so not the ideal race start for the My Team team. My Team, yeah, it's stupid team name, by the way. My Team. Every time. It is, but
And
yeah.
Sigma is already, I'm trying to get it, is in the right train already. He's back behind
Yeah.
Punisher. Maybe he pushed a lot in the first lap with the full fuel and everything, but already just 2 seconds down as if nothing happened.
Yeah, and the first gap appears behind Sigma, 1.3 seconds. So we have probably this front group with the 7 cars now breaking away from the rest of the grid. So the 2 Azteca drivers, still 3rd and 4th, taking it easy for now. Interesting development. It was close between Charles and Edu. They managed to get it cleanly through turn 4 down to 5. This shouldn't be a problem, this turn in this car with the high downforce.
But they still need to be mindful of the tires. We've seen that
Yep.
with the last race. If you use too much your tires at the end of the race, you're just a sitting duck.
That's why, I mean, it probably pains you as a racing driver to not push and give it everything you have. It's a different kind of race, and yeah, that you can tell that the pace at the front is not high. P8 caught up like within 0.5 of a second now, so they are probably already playing the fuel saving game.
But they need to. They can't start the fuel saving game from lap 3 onwards. Basically end of lap 2, lap 3. They need to start the fuel saving basically from turn 2 onwards on lap 1. Because every little drop of liters you can save will matter at the end. And thank you very much, the game, to put me this over there. So, Sigma... Oh, Perlita comes back.
Yeah, it's basically bunched up again for the top 10.
Yeah, the group thickens.
It is, and yeah, unfortunately the two drivers, P11, P12, 2 seconds, probably they missed the train. So they will have probably a fight for P11, those two drivers. If the drivers in front keep it clean so far, but yeah. It's a big group for now, and for a brief moment it really looked like that the top 6 or 7 cars might get a gap already. But then, as we mentioned, and Sigma with a move inside, and P6 already.
Makes it stick. 1 done. 4 to go.
That already changes the scenery, like for Customs GT.
Quite a lot, yes.
P1, P12, start of race, P1 and P6 now. That's a solid position now, and yeah, 1.5 seconds between the teammates in P1 and P6. So that's how close it is during that race. And will we see a move? No, not quite. So still keeping it calm, looking after the tires and the fuel early on, and
I've seen a penalty for
Chels.
I think for Keepstone.
Yeah.
Yep, Keepstone, a half a second penalty.
Half a second. Yeah. It could be still just fine to stay with that group. And yeah, the gap to P11, 3 seconds now there, so
they're sadly
keep
quite
up.
far.
For this
Someone wide.
They're
They're quite far off.
So as expected, Chels used the most fuel so far. Midway through lap number 4. So this trend isn't really Chels' trend. So he needs to get some help at some point.
Yeah. Oh, and
Lopez with a bit of contact, but Max is still there on the inside.
Oh, that's gonna be hard to keep it on the outside here. No.
Oh, but instantly that gap to Chels up to 7/10.
And it may increase it more because I think he wants to get in front now.
They are really close, and it's team.
Yep, it's a team. They're gonna bump draft.
And they bump draft into P2 and P3. Nice little team tactics.
That's something I mentioned before the start. They're the only team, at least at the start, in the top 6 who have the 2 drivers in it. And that just paid dividends right now, and there's still 1 to go for them to get P1 and P2.
Yeah, it's still the top 10 within 2.5 seconds. And purple all around for sector. Here we go. Push it! Come on! We will get our fix of side-by-side racing very soon. Trust us.
It will be from lap 12 or thereabouts, I think. They just watch it. They place them. It's like the Indy 500. You place yourself for the last 20 laps of 200.
Oh, Lopez really closely. Pre-formal, it looked like he wanted to go for the move, but then probably decided, no, I don't want to lead. Come on, that's a stupid idea. Sit behind, save fuel.
Leading is not the right idea right now. The fuel saving race.
Not really, huh? I'm still keeping my eyes on Sigma, so he closed the gap to P5 to see if he wants to go for another move and get closer with his teammate. It looks like it's not happening. Stays behind. But the top 4, 6/10 separated, come on.
Yeah, they will just stay behind. I think. They have no incentive to get in front. They can't run away.
No. So just
That's gonna be pretty pictures, though.
Yeah, definitely. So really, really nice pictures. Definitely Kipzo, Alcorte. Something going on between them, but all there, I think. What I could spot, so I just a little bit of a early tire watch here, so not much of a difference, but there's a slight tendency that Bell's front left tire looks better than Lopez front left tire. It's not much, but it will be more visible later on if it continues like that. But the fuel is the major concern, so Lopez already saved 4 or 5 liters, I think, compared to Charles.
Which is a lot. That's really a lot.
Yeah, Preya as well, with probably the best on fuel currently, so he sits in a very good position for the team. And yeah, also Sigma, who had to push a little bit, still has the fuel under control compared to the drivers around him. So I think that's still good news for Customs GT.
That's what I want to see, Sigma's. Comparing that to Lopez. Yeah, Sigma is in the right place in fuel and tire. Whoa! Hey, you, Max.
Late move. He backs out of it.
I think so. There's contact. I don't think he wants it.
Yeah. But that puts Preya on the wrong foot.
Yes. I think, yeah, Brian lost
Sigma
out.
P5. Yeah, he's going for it now. Watch it. It feels like this is an opportunity.
Map 1, brake late.
Is it? No.
No. Oh, behind?
Avoiding the contact, so good job. This looks like a bit of drama later on. It's so close already.
Yes, there's a lot of cars in not much space, so it may unfold quite fast.
It is. You see the slipstream again helping Preya, but he's not going for it. Okay, so keeps behind.
Playing the long game. Let's not break the train and see at the end what they can do. Maybe he'll attack when J. Lopez attacks Charles, so they do run away. It could be a tactic.
Yeah. It's happening. Something is happening. Yeah, see, Lopez takes the lead, and Max follows through, but just on the inside. He keeps that position for now. Just for now, and look at Preya on the inside now.
We'll go for it. Yep, went for it.
Has the position. Okay, so it's shaping up to be the race we expect. Like let's take our drivers towards the top positions, 1 and 3 now. Charles in P2 and Max in 4th. Oh, there was contact a little bit. No, he spun. He avoids it, but Sigma he was involved in that, and he drops down to P10. So we have to note lap 8, I think.
Yeah, the big loser of this. That's a note to check on the replay. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Sigma made such a great start, everything to do again, and with less time. That's not looking good. And there is more fights between.
Yeah, Punisher Bernita, Gipso. Where did Gipso come from suddenly? But he has a penalty.
Again. Oh boy.
But there's the first gap now, 1.5 seconds between P3 and P4.
Yeah.
This is the opportunity for the lead group to break away early.
Yeah, if I'm the lead group now, or if I'm in the Charles position, you can have two ways of tackling that. Either you make the Azteca your allies, and you prioritize your results, and at worst it's going to be P3. You just use the slipstream bump draft J. Lopez and make it basically the third of the team without being in the team. Or you try to attack, slow down everyone, remake the group, and see if it fits or unfolds to something. But
Yeah,
that's no guarantee.
not at all. Yeah, it's hard to predict with Sigma being like in the middle of this mid-pack battle. So what his finishing position and time will look like. So is it worth like for Charles sacrificing his own race pace to get his teammate closer again?
I would say no.
Questions. Probably not. Yeah.
It's playing with the Pandora's box, and you don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, that's true. But it's probably now perfect scenario for Azteca Racing. So they are in a really solid position, 1 and 3, little gap to P4. P4 has to push, I think, to get back into that slipstream.
Oh, and they do max contact with Perlita. Another thing to note: lap 10, turn 2.
Drop to P11, right?
And Sigma is stuck between the two, behind the two fighting. He's losing so much time behind.
Yep. So this is a very different race now compared
Yes.
to the previous one. So
Or even from 2 laps ago.
yeah, with way more penalties and way more fighting up the road.
Yeah.
So
Alcorte with a
Yes.
half-second penalty that he's gonna serve now.
yeah,
Gonna be
and
behind Perlita.
Esteve, he closed the gap 7/10. So the leaders weren't pushing that crazy, right? They were still sticking to the plan.
And Sigma can't get an opening, despite everything.
He's P9, yeah. He's still like in that fight where he really doesn't want to be. Pretty sure, and yeah, his tires are also one of the worst looking tires in this grid. So that's a bit of the concern maybe now, and he's now forced maybe to brake later to get some positions. It's just 6.5 seconds to the leaders, yes, but between P5 and P6, the two my team drivers, there's a 2.2 second gap currently, and this could be maybe the crucial gap in this race. We don't know the top 4 within 1.1 seconds, so those are all in a good spot. Coming around the middle sector of lap 11, and yeah, maybe within the next 4 or 5 minutes we see the next wave of racing action happening.
Yeah, I'll have a look at what's happening behind. Yeah, there's still a battle between Perlita and Alcorte. They basically side by side in every corner, and Sigma can't overtake.
Yeah.
It's just a wall in front of him. There's nothing he can do. That's so surprising.
Yeah, 5 cars. Oh, look at this group suddenly.
It's gonna explode at some point. Yeah, Sigma, you
Yes,
make
I
the
think
bump
so,
draft,
yeah.
and then at the end you go on the inside and you slam the brakes.
Exactly his thinking. And
He
yeah,
goes for it outside.
2 for 1.
Yep, that's the move. Now run away! Run!
You not fight again. I wanna get away. But this pack is intensely close and side-by-side racing action happening here. Also with a Edu Max who was running P3, 4, I think, with this mistake. He's in that fight here as well. He has to pace. Can he fight through? He looks left and right everywhere to find an opening somewhere to go for a move. Not yet. Has to tuck in behind. Stays in P9. Sigma half a second up the road. But 1.8 the gap to Kipzo in P6.
Sigma breaking free from the group. STB back in the leading group, so it's now not only for the podium but P4 as well. But with way less fuel than Charles, way less fuel than Brea, and Lopez is not in a good place now.
Lopez and Charles, they are similar on the fuel, I'd argue. And Brea has,
and Brea goes for
and
it.
he's bumped off 1-2 for at Stacker now. It's good to have a teammate next to you.
It's always good to have a teammate unless your vanquish is Porsche and they win the race on the last lap.
So yeah, let's have a quick look. Still at the tires, so Esteve really used up quite a lot on his front left already.
And
so
the fuel is so low.
that is crazy, yeah. So yeah, I don't think he will make it on that fuel. That's really low.
There's two choices. He burned too much or they saved too much. But I don't think they will save too much. I don't think so.
That's true. So something happening. Sigma's still under pressure. 7, the gap has closed again. So
He must be fuming.
hard to tell. Yeah, probably not happy how that race went. He was probably very happy with the start, and then
But
that little incident.
to be fair,
late.
if he didn't want to be in that position in the first place, don't get a penalty in your lap. That's the
on him,
kicker of everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Not Charles. Sigma shouldn't start last on this grid. Far forward.
No. So will we see a move? Yeah.
Yeah, Edu Max going for it. And yeah, he lets him by. Most likely to save some fuel. Meanwhile, the leaders are just leading. That's for the words of wisdom.
Yeah.
It must
Can
be
someone
water.
clip that, please? Yeah.
It must be water.
Yeah. It's interesting to see Brea with the most fuel. So did he really save that much so he can attack later on?
Maybe, or defend.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't need to attack probably by this stage, so he has his teammate in front of him. So, but maybe it's for Team Dragon Rides in the end who gets the win. We don't know what happens, but yeah, top 4, 2 seconds now to punish another 3 seconds to Kipzo. So the two my team drivers in P5 and P6. Edu Max, Sigma, Alcorte, the next 3 drivers, they are trying to close that gap to Kipzo. They're gaining within the slipstream range again. 1.1 seconds coming out of the final turn.
I'm looking at Bonma, who's currently last, and I was checking the gap because from all the races I've seen, I think it's one of the closest gap from last to first, and it's basically like less than a second per lap, which is not so bad, let's be honest. If you're in position, it's not reflecting, but being just 1 second off J. Lopez, Brea, Charles per lap, it's not to be shied of.
Yeah, I haven't kept like notes on the overall race time, so I'm not sure if this is a slower split.
I do have
compared to the
them
other
from
races.
yesterday, I don't know if they are actually added up today. So, if someone knows, I'd be very happy to know. But yeah, from what I get, I don't think anyone's here to
No,
open
don't think
this
we
today.
get live updated
No.
finishing times.
It
Oh,
was
we'll find.
57 or something correlated between both, I believe.
Yeah. Right, so now we're getting closer to the final 2 laps of this race. So again, time flies. It's a very fast-paced round. This round number 6. And now will we see the moves
Is the big quite
happening?
wide? Is it a penalty? No. Okay. Lucky you.
No! Charles trying to go for the move into turn number 1. Will he get it? Brea is on the outside. He defends his position nicely. But Esteve gets the better out of it. Does he? He's on the outside now. Charles on the inside might get the cut back.
But STB got the slipstream.
He does, and he's in front, so...
Oh, that was quite late and bumped with Brea. But Charles comes back on STB, on the outside for this corner, but it's a bit too hard. It's a bit too hard.
It's not gonna happen here. This stage, looking very promising for Azteca Racing 1, 2, and fuel. Doesn't look like there's any drama for those drivers. Esteve is close, a little low with the fuel, so he's the lowest on fuel out of those top 4 drivers.
Work.
It could.
Charles
looking. Oh no,
but
he
that's
backs out of it.
Yeah, and it almost make Brea spin.
Brea had a moment.
Yeah, he got pushed on the back of the car and he got unsettled. But that means J. Lopez can just run free from everyone. Just make the last lap easy.
Chilled final lap probably for Lopez.
Just keep it on the road and that's it.
Brea going defensive. Oh, but he's already by himself. Doesn't get too much help from his teammate in front. 3/10, he might get away with it. Esteve has to go defensive against Charles, so that's good news for Brea, of course. So it stays 1, 2, 3, 4 as it was. Punisher Kipzo, P5, P6, nothing happens. Sigma versus Edu Max into turn number 1, 2, coming out of it. And Max on the inside, Edu around the outside, Alcorte is still here as well.
Okay,
to pick up the pieces, maybe. Okay. Who knows? Alcorte with a good run. Edu Max defending inside, and there is content! We just kept it. Good car control. And they're also gaining on Kipzo. Kipzo is too low on fuel, probably. He's too low on fuel. It's not over, yeah. What about the front? They're coming into the middle sector.
Oh, Alvaro almost lost it. STV almost lost it, damn.
Yeah, we
kept it on the road.
Brea 1.3 seconds the gap, so that looks promising. Charles going for the attack around the outside. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Sigma Alcorte. It's Sigma up to P7 for a brief moment. He will beat that probably, but it's gonna be close. It's gonna be so close.
Meanwhile, there's still a battle for P7. It's not
Lopez
over.
comes round.
But we
have 1 to finish.
1 to finish. I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut.
Esteve runs out of fuel just before the line, loses that P3.
Oh no.
Punisher 5, Kipzo 6, Alcorte and Max, the following positions. Carlita and Tomate, P11, and then Bomber Racing over the line, P12. Ooh. Again, a little bit of fuel drama happening on that final lap, this time for Esteve. So that's probably also something we can watch the entire final lap.
I think so, yes.
What happens? Okay. I'm gonna prepare the replay. And yeah.
So
congratulations on your pick. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Where's yours? P3.
On the podium. On the podium.
Yeah. Where was mine? on the first race.
Don't remember.
I think it was P4. But
Did he run out of fuel? I don't know.
I don't remember. But we have J. Lopez winning the race in front of J. Brea, Charles, followed by Esteve, Punisher, Kipso, Alcorte, Sigma. And then we have Edumax, Perlita, Tomate, and Bonma finishing the order. Awaiting your signal to go back on the wonderful replay. That was the word I was searching for. And that was more hectic this time around in a good way. The stewards may not agree with us, but that is not our problem. More to say. Maybe more to see at the end of the race. I think you've kept a few notes anyway, a few things.
Yeah,
I didn't keep track of it.
I just need to find our drivers. Who is who? I think, okay, so with the GT7 nicknames and the online IDs, it's always a little bit...
I don't know why we don't have the option to get the PSN IDs in replays. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah. There were so... let's see. We're having lap 8, the incident with Sigma, so that should be coming up very soon.
Yes, exactly now. Excellent.
Let's see what happens. No, it's the hairpin. Sorry! I was on the wrong turn. This one. I think there was boop, a little bit of contact.
Yes. Oh no! And then
it's
sideways, and
just,
then it's just one small thing. There were so many cars together. If one in the front had an issue, it was bound to not to have issues like this.
You see, this one, boom.
And between teammates.
Well. Yeah. But it was probably he had no other choice at this point. He could to the inside and then
nothing else to do.
Max with a bit facing the wrong direction already, the rear stepping out and but
Sigma on the outside just taking the aftermath of Max. Can't do anything.
This is pretty unlucky, I think, in the end.
It is very unlucky.
What happened here? So if you look, then he avoids that, but it's like crazy scenes happening here at this point. So at this stage, you wouldn't thought that this car facing the wrong direction would actually continue the race without a spin.
Polita is like, thank you, mates.
Yep. Whoops.
Gracias. Muchas gracias, amigos.
That's it. So then I have lap 10, the next one, with Max. So let's see if we can see what happened. Oh, it already happened. I think, where was it? Here?
Maybe?
I think, yeah.
Oh, yep.
Oh,
just a boop. And that's 4 positions.
That is unlucky again. So probably nothing he did wrong. Here just got that tap on the rear end. And it's still a good job to avoid the spin. And then I think we should go to the lead battle, I think, on that final lap. That was interesting again. So where are we?
Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Congrats.
Nearly perfect. So we might take a look at the fuel at this stage. So Lopez, he was low. Brea saved too much fuel probably during that race. So Esteve, he's quite low, and this is Charles. I think he's okay. Tires also Esteve, the front left at this stage, not ideal. So he couldn't probably push as much as he wanted, but defends nicely that position for now. nearly went off track. Again, that car is not like easy to drive at this stage.
Oof. That was close.
Yeah, on the outside, that was really close. Let's see that again.
Yeah, maybe
On the
just
grass
didn't give
here.
enough space.
I think.
But to be fair, to have someone trying an outside move here, you don't really expect it.
Yeah, and I think Charles' car gets unsettled a little bit here, and a slight contact, touching the grass now, but avoids a big off. Again, Esteve is struggling on the exit, so he is probably nothing left on his tires at this stage.
Yeah, it understeers like crazy here.
Then again, defending the inside. Around the outside, this is not gonna happen. Huh? Charles tried to go for the cutback. Didn't really work. And then let's wait and see when Esteve runs out of fuel.
Yeah, I missed it on the camera. I wanted to see the top 7 quickly because it was hectic.
Here, he's still on the throttle, but not gaining anymore. Here, he went.
Oh no. Oh no. I have a fun fact about this quickly before the replay ends. It was Super GT's, so the streamer, Steve. He made 200 laps races, and I was competing in one of them on Sardinia B. And I had issues in the pit stop. I had glitches where the refueling were stopping by itself. And sadly enough, that made my 6-stop strategy go up to 10 stops. I mean, 6 stops on
for
200
a long
laps.
race, yeah, that's
it
okay.
makes sense. But from 6 to 10, it's quite not good. 4 extra stops, and I was behind. I don't remember. It was not Simon the same, but another one. And basically, I was on his bumper on the last corner, the last lap. He ran out of fuel and overtook him on the line after 200 laps, and I had 4 extra stops to do. So yeah, sometimes just the finest of margins can mean a lot, even for long races. But yeah, if you have anything to say, that is now.
It is now. I think a very fast-paced race evening here with those Group 2 cars at Barcelona, no chicane. Again, something different, a different challenge for the drivers every round. So it's not like the flat-out races we had at some point. We had like the strategy with hard tires versus soft tires. How you would manage that this time? It was a fuel-saving and tire-saving race. Still very close racing in the end, and a lot of drama, so we weren't disappointed, I think, with it in the end, and the fast teams, the fast drivers prevail usually in the end still.
Yep.
So it will be interesting to see how the points then will be looking after all the extra points, penalties, whatever.
Yeah, because it's just so close between some teams.
It is, yeah. And but you were like mentioning the Olds team yesterday. They had a good race, so they could move up the order probably a little bit if there's no incidents or whatever like happening for them. So really curious to see, and also, can we get a sneak preview? What can we expect from the next week? So do we have a calendar on it?
I mean, we kind of know the track because it's United, Emirates.
Oh, Yas Marina.
Yeah, so it's gonna be Yas Marina. There's only one track that fits the country, but the cars, I think I know them, but I don't think I'm allowed to say it. So I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything.
It's a secret. I'm I'm just consulting the official website and see.
I've been told by Mr. F yesterday, so I'm not too sure if I
Oh.
have to.
It is still like it's. I think we can announce it. It's Group 3, but open picks for Yas Marina. So we don't give away that much.
Yeah.
So, but
there's about 20.
From my understanding, the most used car at the moment could be the Porsche 992. So maybe the Ferrari could be also an interesting car here, but I don't know the multipliers for the race. What are the tire requirements? So this could also like
times 40,
of course. Times 40
I don't
comfort
know.
tires. I don't know.
I don't know, but don't do that. That's not good at all.
No. That is okay. So it will be a bit of surprise what teams will come up with, what they think, and interesting that we probably don't have spec racing for this round, so we could see 2-3 manufacturers maybe during those races. Maybe also within the same team. We know if it's open choice, maybe also there could be 2 different cars for the teammates.
That
I haven't checked the regulations, so
I know what it's gonna be about, but this I am pretty sure I can't say.
you can't say that. Okay, so then
but I know what kind of things gonna happen. But yeah, I'm gonna keep myself quiet on this.
You do. Okay, so then it's good that it's keeping us interested, definitely. And so it's the 1st and 2nd of June for round number 7. So mark that in your calendar. So I think it's back to Monday and Tuesday again.
Yes.
So the unusual Wednesday spot now, it's done. It's done. And then that's the final round of the regular season.
Yep.
Round 7, and then we have the splits into the rockets. Then we have bronze, silver, golden, and so a bit of a different format then as well. But we'll keep you updated, of course, with what's happening then with round 8, 9, and the final round 10 coming up then in the season. So we're getting towards the sharper end then
the last straight
of the season, and it's all to play for still for many teams. So that is the good thing, and should keep it very entertaining, hopefully.
Yep. Well, I think
Nice.
we're gonna end this. I don't see any messages popping up from race control about live results, so we're gonna see when there's penalties and everything on the website.
Exactly.
And it's been a pleasure. I don't know if I'm gonna come back for this season, considering my own schedule. Most likely it's my last of the season. If not, well, I'm gonna say hi again, but normally it's on the schedule, it's my last of the season. So it's been a pleasure to be around, to try myself in English commentary, which is something I haven't done before round 2 this season. So it's my first, and even holding the broadcast and all that, it's just all new to me. So I tried my best. Thank you, Jaeger, for being here on time as well. That was a bit scary.
That
but
was the
very
most
good.
important thing today. Yeah, exactly. Will you make it?
I mean, I knew you would make it. The question was when, and also didn't want you to pressure yourself on the road and all of that. It's just to say 2 or 3 minutes, it's not worth it.
That's
yeah.
correct. So thank you. And maybe you make a comeback as a guest. We don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe that
I
could
don't
be
know.
happening.
Not behind the wheel, that's for sure.
See.
I'm not
behind the wheel.
No. But anyways, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you whenever.
Very soon. Whenever, yeah. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.